everyone, it's Coach Kelsey, and I wanted to give y'all some helpful tips going into a big qualifier tournament on recruiting. First thing that we want to do before going into a big qualifier weekend is we want to make sure we send out our emails to our college coaches. So in that email, we want to make sure that we include a little bit about ourselves. So we want to include our GPA, if we're committed, not committed, our position that we play, things like that. We also want to make sure that we include our highlight film. So if you have any updated highlights, you want to make sure to include that so they can get a little preview of what you look like athletic-wise and things like that, so that way they can see going into the weekend. We also want to include our game schedule. So if you have the updated game schedule of your tournament, make sure to include that as well. Biggest thing whenever you're reading over your emails and making sure like, hey, does this sound good? Make sure it sounds like you. You don't want it to sound like your mom or your dad, because college coaches, they can tell when mom and dad send it and when you send it yourself. The second thing that we want to remember going into a big qualifier weekend is you're always going to be watched, whether that be in warm-up or in your game or on the bench, or even when you're interacting with your family and friends that go to your tournament. So make sure you always have a positive attitude and a positive mindset as you're playing or interacting throughout the tournament weekend. The last thing that we want to think about whenever we're going into this tournament weekend is we want to make sure if we are 17 or 18 years old, we want to make sure that we're talking to those coaches. So building that relationship with them, go up to them, say hi, show that you're interested, have a little bit of small talk with them, so that way they can get to know you as a person. And because think about it, you're going to be there for 4 years, so they want to get to know you. They want to have that little bit of relationship with you so they can see if you'll fit great in their program or not. Now, if you are a sophomore or younger, you cannot talk to those college coaches until June 15th. So once that date passes, then you can have as many conversations with them as you'd like. Now, if you are not a junior or a senior, you can't talk to the college coaches until after your sophomore year of June 15th. So what that means is that June 15th summer, whenever you're going into your junior year, that's when you can finally talk to your college coaches. So if you're younger, you can send them emails to get on their radar for the upcoming years, but you can't have a conversation with them. So if you're at a qualifier this weekend, just remember these key things, and remember the biggest thing of all, go out there and have fun. You love this sport and you play it for a reason.